If you're also like, what exactly is blockchain? Then watch this video till the end to know more about it. Hello everyone, my name is Atisha and today in this video I'm going to explain what blockchain is in the simplest manner possible. So what are we waiting for? Let's dive right into the video. So the very first question that should be coming to your mind right now is, when was this blockchain technology even introduced? So this technology was first proposed as a research project back in 1991, but it got popularity in 2009 with the invention of Bitcoin by an anonymous person or a group of people called as Satoshi Nakamoto. Now let's try to understand all about blockchain with the help of a hypothetical example. So let's say there is a small planet just like Earth with only 100 people living on it, and they have their own currency, let's call it dollar for simplicity, which is used as a medium of exchange. Now, in order to have a record of all the transactions that are done on a day-to-day basis and a mediator who could validate that if say person X is transferring $10 to person Y, whether that person X really have $10 with him, and also when the person X transfers $10 to Y, we need to take care that the account or the balance of person X should get reduced by $10 and the balance of Y should increase by $10. So in order to have this mediator, they appointed a person, let's call him Jojo, who is now taking care of this recording all the transactions, and along with that he is also responsible for validating if a person is making any transaction, whether that is valid or not. This seemed to be a pretty perfect way to have all the records at one place and having everything sorted and there is no chaos, right? But there are some major loopholes of this system. Can you think of it? So this whole system is centralized, meaning a single person whom we are calling Jojo is having all the records of the transactions that are done on a day-to-day basis, and it might happen that Jojo might commit a fraud or even make a mistake because he is the sole person having all the record of the transactions, which makes this whole system less transparent and more prone to frauds. And this was the reason why blockchain technology was popularized in 2009 with the invention of Bitcoin, in order to remove the trust and power from the centralized authority and have something which is entirely focused towards decentralization. Now let's continue our example in order to understand the other aspects of blockchain better. So the people thought about the loopholes of the system and decided, why not have 30 people on board who will do the same thing as Jojo in order to remove the central authority and have the system more reliable. But they thought that there might be chaos in the system. It might happen that a person says that this transaction is valid and the other person says it isn't. So there is no way that they can come to a consensus. So how to come to a consensus ultimately? So for that they devised a method in which they said, okay, whenever a transaction comes in, all or some of those 30 people will start solving a complex mathematical puzzle. So for example, there is a person Joey who sends $20 to Rachel. What happens in the background? All those 30 people will get notified that there is a transaction that has come in. Say 20 out of them start solving that complex mathematical puzzle. And whoever solves it first, let everyone else know that I have solved it, and the other people, or like the other 29 people, will just have to verify it to be true. And if more than 50% of the people say yes, okay, this is valid and you have solved it correctly, then all of them then add that particular transaction to their particular book of records, and whoever solves it first gets rewarded. Now I hope you would have understood that example perfectly, because now we are going to convert all of that into blockchain terminology, which is going to be pretty simple to understand. So the 100 people in our example are called peers, and the 30 of them who have the book of records are called nodes, and specifically 20 of them who solve that complex mathematical puzzle called as proof of work are called miners. So this record of transactions that 30 of them have is nothing but a blockchain, a public distributed ledger, because all those 30 people have that book of records. That's why it is called distributed, and anyone can become a node or a miner. So this blockchain or ledger or the book of records is nothing but a chained link of blocks, wherein each block contains the package of transactions and some other information as well. And those blocks are linked together with the help of cryptography and are stored in a chronological order. So now not only Jojo but those 30 people have that book of records, and that's why it is called a decentralized technology. So the example by which I have explained it was a hypothetical situation wherein we just had 100 peers and 30 nodes. Now this can be extended to a larger level in a live scenario wherein we can have the whole population of the world as the peers and thousands of them as the nodes. Also, the explanation that I have given was majorly focused toward Bitcoin blockchain, which uses proof of work. But there are some other blockchain as well which use some other way to reach to that consensus, and there are numerous applications of blockchain as well apart from what I have explained. Now there is still one question unanswered, and that is, how is it even secured? So if you remember, we just discussed that blockchain is nothing but a chained link of blocks. So here each and every block is connected with each other with the help of cryptography, and every other block contains a number or an encrypted alphanumeric number called as hash of the previous block as well. So if there is a hacker who want to tamper with any of the transactions stored in a block, that person will have to make changes to every other block as well, and that too not in the record of a particular person, but since it is distributed, everyone else in the network will also get to know that there is some change in one of the blocks, and everyone will get to know about it. And also doing so is computationally very difficult because it requires a lot of computational power, and that's how it is secured. So that's all for this video. I hope by now you would have a clear understanding of what blockchain is, and the next time anyone asks you what is blockchain, you would be able to make that person understand it better. So if there is any other topic that you want me to make video on, then do let me know in the comment section down below. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel for more such videos in future.